my girl Shadi. She's one of those warrior Kurdistani chicks in uniform, like marching around saying, "We will kill the Hamas. We will kill the ISIS. We will fight the ISIS. We will destroy the ISIS. Because we are warrior women of beauty and power." What up, Shadi? This is my friend. My friend, this is Shadi. We've been dating for like 6 hours.
Shadi looks like an attractive version.
Shadi is a hottie.
Hey guys, how are you?
Shadi, do you know Nora Bandora?
No, who is it?
She's this dumb girl.
Nora? Laura Bandora? No, I don't know.
Nuda.
Nora? Who is it?
Never mind. She's just a lady, but you kind of look like her, I think. But that's a compliment. She's pretty.
Okay, thank
Was
you.
pretty.
Who is she? I don't know her. I want to see. Nora Pandora? What are you doing, Strange? Are you okay?
Yeah, we're good. We're reading a book.
What book?
The Art of Worldly Wisdom, a Pocket Oracle by Balthasar Gracia. We are on number 57. This is a meditation on wisdom. I've also been creating AI music based on the readings, the words, and the understanding. This is number 57. So take the deepest breath of the day. Thoughtful people are safer. Do something well, and that is quick enough. What is done immediately is undone just as fast. But what must last an eternity takes that long to do. Only perfection is noticed, and only success endures. Deep understanding achieves eternities. Great worth requires great work. So with metals, the most precious of them takes longest to be refined and weighs most.
What is that sound? Enjoy.
Adapt to those around you. Don't show the same intelligence with everyone. And don't put more effort into things than they require. Don't waste your knowledge or merit. The good falconer uses only the birds he needs.
Why do you sound like this? So weird.
Don't show off every day, or you'll stop surprising people.
I can't. I have to show off.
There must always be some novelty left over. The person who displays a little more of it each day keeps up expectations, and no one ever discovers the limits of his talent. And well, if you enter a clubhouse room of fortune through the door of pleasure, you will leave through the door of sorrow, and vice versa. So be careful. of the way you end things here on Clown House and devote more attention to a successful exit than to a highly applauded entrance. Fortunate people of Clubhouse have very favorable beginnings and very tragic endings. What matters isn't being applauded when you arrive to a clubhouse room, for that is common, but being missed when you leave. Rare are those who are still wanted. Fortune seldom accompanies someone to the door. She is as courteous to those who are coming as she is rude to those who are going. Good judgment. Some people are born prudent. They come into the world with an advantage, the good sense that is a natural part of wisdom. And they have already walked half the road to success. With age and experience, the reason reaches complete maturity.
That sounded Indian.
And the judgment is turned to its surroundings. These people hate any sort of whim that can tempt prudence, especially in matters of state where total security is important. Such people as these deserve to steer the ship of fate, the ship of state, either as helmsmen or as counselors.
Take a rest.
Eminence in what is best. Amid different sorts of perfection, this is a rarity. There is no hero without some sublime
Indeed.
quality.
With hardship, there's ease.
Mediocrity
Remember we, and I will remember you.
never wins applause. Eminence at some lofty pursuit redeems us from ordinary vulgarity, raising us to the exceptional. To be eminent in a lowly occupation is to be something at very little. The more comfort, the less glory. To be exceptional at superior things gives you a sovereign character. It wins admiration and gains the goodwill of others.
So be patient, indeed, the promise of Allah.
Use the best instruments. Some people want to be thought subtle because they use poor instruments.
Do not lose hope. Do not be
This
sad.
is a dangerous sort of satisfaction, and it deserves a fatal punishment. The worth of a prime minister never detracted from the greatness of his master. To the contrary, all the credit for success falls upon its principal cause, as does criticism in the case of failure. It is superiors who win the renown. One never says he had good or bad ministers, but he was a good or bad craftsman. So choose carefully. Examine your ministers. To them you are entrusting your immortal fate. The excellence of being first. It is doubled when you are truly eminent. Other things being equal, the person who makes the first move has the advantage. Some people would have been as unique as the phoenix in their occupations if others had not preceded them. Those who are first are the firstborns of fame, and the children who follow are left to file lawsuits for their daily bread. No matter how hard they try, they cannot elude the vulgar accusation that they are imitators. Prodigious, subtle people have always invented new ways to achieve eminence, provided that prudence makes their adventures safe. Using novelty, wise people have found room in the roster of heroes. Some people would rather be first in second class than second in first. Avoid grief. It is both beneficial and wise to steer clear of troubles. Prudence will save you from many. It is the Lucina of good fortune and content. Don't give others hateful news unless there is a remedy. And be even more careful not to receive it. Some people's hearing is spoiled by the sweetness of flattery. Others by hearing bitter gossip. And there are people who cannot live without a daily dose of unpleasantness. Like Mithridates with his poison. King of Pontus, who fearing his enemies would poison him, accustomed himself by taking daily doses of it. Nor can you keep well by inflicting lifelong grief on yourself in order to please someone else, even if he is close to you. Never sin against your own happiness in order to please the person who counsels you and has nothing at stake in the matter. When giving pleasure to another involves giving grief to yourself, remember this lesson. Better for the other person to feel grief now than for you to feel it later and with no hope. Elevated taste. You can cultivate it as you can the intellect. Full understanding whets the appetite and desire, and later sharpens the enjoyment of possession. You can judge the height of someone's talent by what he aspires to. Only a great thing can satisfy a great talent. Large bites are for large palates. Lofty matters for lofty characters. Even the greatest excellences tremble before the person of refined taste, and the most perfect lose their confidence. Few things have perfection of the first magnitude. Let your appreciation be sparing. Taste is acquired through contact with others. You make it your own through continual exercise. You are lucky if you can associate with someone with perfectly developed taste, but don't profess to be satisfied with nothing. It is a foolish extreme, more odious if from affectation than if from character. Some wish God had created another world and other perfections just to satisfy their own extravagant imagination. Okay, I want to thank everybody for being here, including those that we might consider to be somewhat the R word. That's right. We don't say the R word, the N word, the Z word, the J word, the K word. We don't even say the P word. But I want to give you all the latest hit song based on some of these readings. Here we go. I drew maps on the backs of receipts,
Tiny plans in the dark of a cheap backseat. Taught myself how to fail with my teeth clenched tight. How to stare down every locked door like it owed me life. This is the wisdom of success. Blueprints in my blood. Every scar a secret test. Every no loaded thread. I feel one reach out of pressure. Turn all that friction into gold. This is the wisdom of success. I never did what I was told.
So what do you think, my friend? This really is just like an ESL platform for non-native English speakers that want to come here and improve their English. And I think I'm really trying to help them. But as you can see, my friend, even if somebody wants to learn English, their ADHD kicks in and they can only last for like 30 seconds before they want attention and want to start practicing English. Danny, welcome to the Art of Worldly Wisdom. My friend and I have been reading what's called a book. You should try it sometime instead of just,
So I got kicked out of the PSYOP.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome back to the new PSYOP.
Well, they kicked me out of Prince's room because they're all mad about Emrose. Emrose is like the newest hate person on this app. No, everyone can't stop talking about that Emrose.
Yeah, I know. You're talking about it.
Yeah, you're talking about her.
Okay, so they kicked me out because they're like the Palestinian and the Jews and they're hooking up, and I'm like, maybe they should all have sex with each other. There's nothing better than a Palestinian and a Jew fucking. I'm sorry, guys.
No, we're not. Listen, I consider this a big tent and everybody's a clown. Did you put your makeup on?
No, I didn't put my makeup on. That picture you have of me doing the clown contour is pretty old. But I should have put makeup on because I just got this Palestinian food, and the guy that was working there is like the sexiest man I've ever seen in my life. And to be honest, I think I've always had a little bit of a fantasy there.
Well, beautiful people are beautiful, but clowns that waste all their time, talking to F words and T words. Like I was listening to Yael in Vancouver, talk to a couple T's this morning and like screaming at them, all kinds of stuff. And they're screaming. Yeah, they're screaming at Yael, all kinds of stuff. And they're saying that she's got all these nudies. And I'm like, why haven't I seen these nudies?
I know. I don't like this.
You guys never seen those? She would probably show you if you ask her nice.
She's not going to show me. She hates me.
Does she hate you?
She hates me.
Yeah, she hates me too.
I never heard her say she hates you, John.
Well, Danny, can you just be like, our cool clown and like share? I know, and then she blocked me. Can you like share some of these photos?
I'll take them.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that.
You have them though.
How do you know that I have them?
I heard you in a room talking about it.
I have them because she might have sent them to me at one point, and it might still be in the phone wherever she sent it to me. But I don't like reference it, and I haven't seen it since she sent it to me. So, but there's literally people who make it their picture all the time. Yeah, and I think they made a Telegram group where they're sharing it, the trannies. Not that I don't want to be a part of that. Craziness.
Well, I want to thank you for coming to the Art of Worldly Wisdom. We try to stay on topic, and for the sake of at least the recordings that I make. We've already put out, many videos today of me reading a book. It's all under my name, John Kitover. And what I'm going to do shortly, now that I've bought some additional computers, new computers, uh, I will be able to quickly turn these videos public, retitle them, and start actually maybe trying to monetize my YouTubes based off of intelligence. Because nobody Googles, oh my God, all hail Megatron. Nobody Googles John Kitover, but they will Google some of these best books that I'm reading. Hi, Danny. Hi, Megatron.
So what are you doing? Like okay, you wanna focus on the SEO,
Yep.
right? Is well, I don't know what they call it. Yo.
It's keywords, yeah. Megatron, welcome to the Art of Worldly Wisdom. We've been reading books.
So I sell stuff like clothes and stuff, so you're gonna want the words.
Yeah, it's
Just have to put
keywords.
The words that are trending and get the perfect keywords, and they could just be completely random.
No, that's true. I could title it with, latest keywords. But Megatron, welcome to the thing is I want it to be like actually relevant to the video because it is quality. It's not just quantity. That's part of the reading that I did today.
Why won't you just do the transcript and put the transcript in
The transcript's in the video. The transcript's generated. Anyways, don't worry about it, Danny. I got more experiments to do. Do you have a YouTube account, Danny? I don't think you do.
Yes, I do. I follow you.
You do?
Okay, so why don't you put the transcript in the bio?
Yeah, that would be smart.
As the keywords.
Good idea. I will do that.
It was just an idea. Why did everyone else leave?
I don't know, because they weren't getting the dopamine that they came for. That's why people are here. You were getting the dopamine. That's why you stayed. Okay, this is the Art of Worldly Wisdom. We have put out many videos today. And I've avoided listening to Clubhouse, which is like an amazing feeling because I'm like, because I've spent many days listening to Clubhouse. But today I was just like, you know what? I'm so glad. And you know how I did it, Danny? There's a little trick that I did yesterday. See my PTR?
Yeah, is that a Bible?
Nope. Guess what it is?
Oh, it's the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
My son found the Quran on YouTube and was watching it.
So what I did is I listened to an audiobook version of it last night in English for many hours. And then I was like, how did I do this? So I pulled this book, The Art of Worldly Wisdom, because the Quran is like a lot of mystical type of stuff. And also I did a query on what is the Kabbalistic, like, is there a Quran Kabbalah or a Kabbalah Quran? And Grok gave me 10 references on how the Quran can be analogous or vice versa with Kabbalah. And there's terms in there. So the point is, I don't want to sit there and read the Quran. I listened to half of it and that was plenty. But then I took this book off my shelf and I switched it out with the Quran. So it's like me taking a video game off the shelf and replacing it with a much more intelligent video game. Far more intelligent. Like the Quran doesn't even come close in terms of intelligence to the book that I'm reading right now. And I have my right hand on it. This book is so transformational and it's very deep and hard to even understand. Very difficult to even understand what he's saying. But the whole thing is you break it up. And it even says in the beginning in the instructions to just read 1 or 2 a day and meditate on it because it's just too much. But the cool thing about what I'm doing is you can watch the live stream version or you can watch my clips, which are 50 seconds each. And when you break it up, you can listen to it in a segment over and over and over again to really try to understand the depth of it because it's so rather complicated. And it's using words in a way that we don't really use words today. So it takes a lot of extra effort to try to get the juice out of the orange. Are you interested in squeezing any oranges?
I don't know.
You never made a fresh squeezed orange juice?
I made fresh squeezed lemon tech.
Well, the whole thing here is wisdom. This book is indisputable. Like, it's a masterpiece, and even in the beginning, it claims that it is one of the most important books ever written, and it ranks it in the top 10. And I would challenge you to listen along as I read it to try to gain something from it, and then maybe give me like a little summary as if you were like a compression agent and you were an AI chatbot sent here by Hashem to give me summaries. What do you think, Danny?
Okay.
So you'll be my sorcerer's apprentice. Okay, take the deepest breath of the day.
I'm sitting down, Adam standing up in front of it. He gonna be.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing though.
To care to make things turn out well. Take care to make things turn out well. Some people scruple more over pointing things in the right direction than over successfully reaching their goals. The disgrace of failure outweighs the diligence they showed. A winner is never asked for explanations. Most people pay more attention to success or failure than to circumstances, and your reputation will never suffer if you achieve what you wanted to. A good ending turns everything golden. However unsatisfactory the means, it is an art to set aside art when you must do so to bring things to a happy conclusion. Choose an occupation in which you can win praise. Most things depend upon the satisfaction of others. Esteem is to perfection what the zephyr is to flowers, breath and life. There are occupations that enjoy universal acclaim, and others that are more important but barely visible. The former are seen by all and win common benevolence. The latter are rarer and require more skill, but are secret and barely perceived, venerated but not applauded. Among princes, the most celebrated are the victorious ones. And that is why the kings of Aragon were so acclaimed. As magnanimous conquerors and warriors, the great person should prefer celebrated occupations that all can see and share. Common suffrage will make him immortal. Make others understand. It is more excellent than making them remember. For intelligence is much greater than memory. Sometimes you should remind other people, and other times counsel them about the future. Some people failed to do things that were ripe for doing simply because it never occurred to them. Let friendly advice point out the advantages. One of the greatest of gifts is to size up quickly what matters. When this is lacking, many successes go undone. Let the person who has light give it to others, and let those who lack it ask for it, the former with prudence, and the latter with discretion, merely dropping a hint. This delicacy is especially necessary when the person giving advice has something at stake. It is best to show good taste and to be more explicit only when insinuation is not enough. A no has already been given, and you can now search skillfully for a yes. Most of the time, things are not obtained because they were not attempted. Don't give in to every common impulse. The great do not yield to every sort of passing thought. Part of prudence lies in reflecting about yourself, knowing or foreseeing your disposition, and moving towards the other extreme in order to balance art and nature. Self-correction begins with self-knowledge. There are monsters of impertinence who are always ruled by a certain humor, and their emotions vary accordingly. Tossed about by this vile imbalance, they go about their business in a self-contradictory way. Not only does this excess ruin their will, it also attacks their judgment, troubling their desire and understanding. Know how to say no. 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 You can't grant everything to everybody. Saying no is as important as granting things, especially among those in command. What matters is the way you do it. Some people's no is prized more highly than the yes of others. A gilded no pleases more than a curt yes. Many people always have no on their lips, and they sour everything. No is what occurs to them first. They may give in latter, but they aren't well thought of because they started out by being so unpleasant. Refusal shouldn't come in one fell blow. Let people nibble on their disappointment little by little. Never refuse something completely. Others would no longer depend on you. There should always be some last remnants of hope to sweeten the bitterness of refusal. Let courtesy occupy the void where favor once stood, and good words compensate for a lack of action. No and yes are short words requiring long thought. Don't be inconsistent, either because of temperament or out of affectation. The prudent man is consistent in all things pertaining to perfection, and this speaks well for his intelligence. only the causes and relative merits of things can change his behavior. When it comes to prudence, variety is ugly. There are some people who are different each day. Their luck changes daily, and so do their will and their powers of understanding. Yesterday they conceded, today they receded. They believe their own reputation, confusing others. Be resolute. Faulty execution does less harm than a lack of resolution. Materials turn bad more often in repose than in motion. There are people who can't make up their minds and need a push from others. At times this is caused not by perplexity, for they see clearly enough, but by inactivity. It may be ingenious to identify difficulties, but it is more so to find a way of eluding them. Other people are bogged down by nothing and have great powers of judgment and resolution. They were born for lofty pursuits, and their clear understanding lets them succeed with ease. No sooner done than said, and there is still time left over. Sure of their luck, they venture forth with even greater confidence. Know when to be evasive. It is the way the prudent get out of difficulty. With an elegant joke, they are able to escape from the most intricate labyrinths. One smile and they have eluded difficulty. On this, the greatest of captains founded his courage. A friendly way of saying no is to change the subject, and no ploy is more clever than to pretend it wasn't you, but someone else who is being alluded to. Don't be unfriendly. The wildest animals inhabit cities. Being unapproachable is the vice of those who lack self-knowledge and who change humors with honors. To begin by annoying others is no way to win renown. Imagine one of these Shirley monsters, always about to turn savage and impertinent. His unlucky servants approach him as though he were a tiger, arming themselves cautiously with a whip. In order to reach their high position, they pleased everyone. And now that they are there, they want to get even by angering everyone. Because of their position, such people ought to belong to everyone, but their harshness and vanity makes them belong to no one. Courtly punishment for them. Avoid them entirely. Bestow your wisdom on others. Subnote Gonzalo de Cordoba, El Gran Capitan, the great captain. Military man known for his exploits in the war against the Moors and in southern Italy. Choose a heroic model and emulate rather than imitate. There are examples of greatness, living texts of renown. Let each person choose the first in his field, not so much to follow him as to surpass them. Alexander cried at the tomb of Achilles, not for Achilles but for himself, for unlike Achilles, he had not yet been born to fame. Nothing makes the spirit so ambitious as the trumpet of someone else's fame. It frightens away envy and encourages noble deeds. Subnote, according to Plutarch, Alexander the Great cried enviously before the tomb of Achilles because the latter had been lucky enough to be immortalized by Homer. Don't always be joking. Prudence is known for its seriousness, which wins more respect than wit. The person who is always joking falls laughably short of perfection. We treat him like a liar, never believing him. From one we fear deceit, from the other jest. One never knows when jokers are exercising their judgment, which is the same as not having any. No humor is worse than continual humor. Some win a reputation for wit and lose their wits. There are moments for joviality, but the rest of the time belongs to seriousness.
Like lines on a page, straight edges, sharp corner. Is every doubt in a cage? Polished replies tucked under your tongue. You practice compassion until your heart erupt. She's the last in the freezing silence. Every angle in your head alive. You want the beauty and the justice, the steady hand and the open mind. You're drawing hands on your own reflection. Looking for flawless in the humankind. Aesthetic perfection of mind. Catalog sins like stones in a jar.